Oh my goodness. Did you end it? Good evening, everyone. You're welcome to the Safe Space Show with Zoe. I'm very excited to be here with you. I'm very excited to be having this conversation with us. Okay, I'm so much excited to be having this conversation with all of us this evening. And this is officially our first live streaming for the season. And I'm happy to be doing this with everyone. It's a safe space for me, a safe space for you, and a safe space for every one of us. We'll be discussing about life in general, about relationship, and trust me, we have so much to talk about. But this evening, we are really going to be looking at something that I think every one of us needs this season, both families, for it's for young people, it's for adults. Our topic for the first live stream is, are we ready for marriage, or we are just dating for fun? And I'm not doing this alone. I have my guest here who are going to be doing this with me. That is something that most young people are not really considering before they move into marriage, or before they say yes or say I do. And I think it's really affecting a lot of us. Now, some persons at the age of 19, a lot of persons want to move into marriage. A lot of persons want a very big wedding. They already have plans of how they want um their marriage life to be. But most persons don't even have the cash to run what it takes to be married. Most persons don't have the cash to take care of themselves and all of those stuffs, but they still go into marriage without considering the fact um, whether there is cash to sustain them. Without checking some certain things, they just move into it. So we are going to be checking. We're going to be going through all of that tonight, not just I alone with my guest. I told you guys already. Whether they see is a stress to them, or they just feel like this is something that is going on in this period, in this season, and I need to join the thread. I need to join the thread because every other person is getting married. So I will love to introduce my guests. I have two of my guests tonight that will be joining me for the conversation, Mr. Chris Ojako and Mr. Vincent Emmanuel. You're welcome, stars. Can
Thank
you
you
guys
very
hear
much.
me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, ma.
I can hear you.
I can hear
I'm
you
very
too.
happy to be having this conversation. Can you guys hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
ma.
ma'am, I can.
Can hear you.
Okay. Okay. I'm very happy to be having this conversation with the both of you this evening.
I'm also excited to be
Thank,
here too.
thank you, ma. I'm excited to be here.
Okay. Before we go ahead, sir. Before we go ahead, before we go ahead, sir, I just want you people to introduce yourselves to our listeners this evening.
Okay, so how do we go? Do I?
So I would love to start from you.
Okay, that's myself. All right, good evening once again. I'm actually excited to be here. My name is Christian Ojaku, and I'm a business person. I'm also a clergyman, but first of all, a business person. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sir, over to you.
All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much, ma, for this opportunity to be on this show. My name is Emmanuel Vincent. I am a teacher. I'm also a graphic designer. And just like my colleagues said, I'm also a pledge. Thank you.
Okay. Um. Thank you so much, sir. I can see most persons have already joined us for the live this evening. A very big shout out to everyone who is streaming with us live. I'm so happy that you guys are joining, and trust me, today's conversation is really going to be very insightful. Okay, sir. Sir, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you very
Can you
well.
guys hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
okay.
I can hear
Um,
you.
Mr. Emmanuel, you are not really around when we were having a brief conversation with Mr. Chris this evening about our topic of discussion. So there are some things that he stated down while I was speaking to him at the backstage this evening, and he was giving some insights, some things. More, it was just mostly about this marriage stuff, mostly about signs that you will see and know maybe that you're ready for marriage, and signs that you will see in people and know that they are not really there for marriage. They are just dating for fun, dating, just cruising. So, sir, I'll just love you to go back to everything you said, and if you have more things to say about what we discussed.
Okay, so should I begin?
Yes, sir, you can go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. Um, so, what we were speaking about earlier was we're making a contrast between two people that ventured into courtship with and with an intent to settle down into marriage, and then two people that just ventured into courtship and they know deep down, or maybe one of the parties know deep down that my reason for venturing into courtship is that it's not going to end into marriage, but it will just be a period of time where I get to enjoy the benefits of the courtship. So, we made mention of certain few things like how you know. There are certain signs, certain things you see, and then you will know that okay, this couple, these two people, maybe even calling them and speaking to them, you can be able to discern and say, okay, you both are actually working towards getting married. You guys are not just wasting time courting or dating without wanting to, end up in marriage. So we're speaking
Sir,
about
can
some
you hear
few
me?
things.
Hello, sir.
Myself, I
Sorry
can
for
hear you.
cutting.
Yes.
Yes, can you be audible?
Okay. Sorry about that. How is it now?
Okay, it's okay now. Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right. So, based on the contrast we're making, we're spotting out some signs. There's a lot to say, but I think probably we can just touch some major signs or major points, and then, we can elaborate on them. So, there are certain signs I believe you can see in a couple that are actually intending to get married as two people, mature people who are courting that want to settle down, and then there are also signs you see in two people that are courting, but you know that the intent is not to end up in marriage. So first of all, when two people come together and decide they want to go into courtship, there's always first of all a direction. I believe marriage is
Hello,
a
sir.
journey towards it. Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me, man?
Hello, sir. Are you still there?
Hello? Yes, I am. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, sir, you can hear me, right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Ma, are you there? Oh my God. Nipa.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you very well, sir. Yes, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. I can. Yeah, I'm here, sir. I can hear you, sir.
I
Hello,
think
sir.
I think he's having some challenges back there, though he'll be back shortly.
Okay. Okay. Sir, can you just pick up from the question? Okay, are you back, sir? Okay, Mr. Manuel. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, I
Okay,
can.
sir,
I
can you
can.
just can you pick up from here? What are the first signs that you see in someone or two people, and you know that they are dating for marriage or they are just there for fun?
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so
Okay.
just like the first speaker was saying, he made mention of direction.
Yeah,
Every venture, every everything that anyone sets out to do, most especially a relationship, needs to have a direction. And this direction
okay.
comes from the vision the person that is initiating the relationship has. And normally in a relationship, the one that initiates the relationship is always the man. Okay,
Yeah,
most of the cases is always men that walk up to a lady and ask the lady out. So before a man goes to ask a lady out, he needs to have a vision, not just a
mm,
vision for um himself, but he also needs to have a vision for the relationship. So now is the vision that gives them a direction on where the relationship will head to. Okay, so from this vision now, the vision will now decide what they do in the relationship. Are they taking precise steps in this relationship, or are they just joking around? Okay, you see certain persons in a relationship, they just should I say move around, hang around, laugh, have fun. This one visit this one do this. Those things are not bad, okay? They are part of the stuff
yeah,
that spice up a relationship. But when you go deep down, you find out that that relationship is just all about fun. There is no long term vision. There's no long term goal for the relationship. That's why some attitude and some things are being condoned in the relationship. I believe
yes,
that it's in the point of dating that you get to find out some things about the person that you want to spend your, should I say, the rest of your life. That's depending if you want to get married. And that's where you find out more about the person. So I believe someone that has a plan of getting married, the point of dating is when you study the person you want to settle down with. Who is this person? How do
yes,
they
sir.
how do they look at life, like their outlook towards life, their thoughts, what do they think about spiritual things, how do they process information, how do they react to information, how do they speak, like what are their moral values and all. This is the point where you look at all these things. You are not just there to be laughing and having fun with each other. With the fun is still there, is important, but that's not the main thing. Those things are part of the things that spice up the relationship. We know that, but those things are just um should I say side attraction, or they are just the extra that comes with the relationship. The main thing you are there for is to build something, and you know that you have a limited number of time. I would also say that someone that wants to go into a relationship, once you've drawn your vision, that vision should also have a time frame. You should have a time frame. Don't just go into a relationship and say, okay, let's just see where God takes us or where life takes
Yeah,
us. And before you know it, 10 years have passed and you are still in a relationship. I don't see that as a healthy relationship. At least there should be a time frame. When two people want to enter into a relationship, okay, they might not tell each other that, okay, we are going to do this for 5 years, but in their mind and in their calendar, not just in their mind. They should have a place where they've written down that, okay, I'm going to go through this relationship for say 4 or 5 years, and then from there it will lead to marriage, or I'm going to do it for 2 years. I've seen people that have done theirs for 6 months. Some people did 4 months and they got married. While some people don't really have time frame, and they've done it for a very long time, and up till now they are still dating. That's if the relationship have not even like gone sideways. So I believe there should be a time. The time frame will let you know how urgent how urgent the work is, or how precise you need to be with what you are doing. So one that has a time frame knows that um this is what I need to do, and I have a little time to do it. So the person not just be there to laugh. You see some people in relationship, you see the way they talk, you see the way they act, you see the way they behave around their I'll not say spouse because they're not yet married, around whosoever they are dating, okay, who they are dating. I'm not saying like a man should be too rigid, asking too many questions, or all those stuff, or a lady should just be too direct, and all those things are not bad,
Yeah.
but there's a way you do it. There's a way you do it. You are dating somebody, there's a way you act around that person know that this lady is not here for is not here just for fun. She has something in mind. And you also have standards, sorry. You have standards in the relationship. You don't just do anything. You don't behave anyhow. I've seen people that date and you think they are married already based on the way they act. Now, I don't mean in the bad way, I mean in a good way. Like they behave maturely. You'll be wondering, are you sure these people they are not married? But we find out that they are still dating. But when you come close to them, you hear the things they say. That one is another important thing. What do people say? What do outsiders say when they look at you dating? They look at the man and the woman in the relationship. What do they say, sorry, when they look at you people? Are their conversations about you something
Good.
should I say what
Yeah.
emulating, or do people say these ones they are just joking? Okay, so all those things they are very, very important when you want to know people that are ready for a relationship. It shows in
Yeah.
their actions, it shows in their plans, and it shows in the efforts they put into what they are doing. Thank you, man. Hello, man. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, sir. I can hear you, sir.
All right. Should I continue? Because I think I just summarized what I was saying. Sorry. Hello.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that. Um,
All
Mr.
right.
Chris, can you
Hear me?
you were saying something before your network cut you short. Can you just go ahead with it before we move to the next?
Okay, I was
Can you hear
saying,
me, sir?
yes, I can hear you. Hope you can hear me as well.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, so I was just speaking about signs you get to see in people who are genuinely cutting towards settling down. You know, that period of courtship is a very sensitive period actually.
Yeah,
Um, it's not a period where people are actually supposed to allow emotions to blind their eyes and they don't look well. It's actually a period where it's actually a period where the level of observation between the both parties are supposed to be very, very sharp. You're supposed to be able to know that person very well, understand the way the person thinks, know their weaknesses, understand them for who they are. I mean, for the both parties. So, two couples that are, in a relationship and they are not understanding themselves. Two people can be in a relationship, but they are not understanding themselves. Like
yeah,
you can have you do you know of a case where two people are like they relate, they are close, but they hardly listen to each other well enough to be able to understand the person. It
Yes.
happens. So two people can be in a relationship and they don't have the desire to want to get to understand each other. Maybe they are just, maybe one of them is just looking for someone to talk to, for the person to listen, and maybe the other person has his own motive or intent. But one of the first signs is that two of them are intentional about getting to know one another. I want to understand how this person thinks, their values, how they respond to the things I say, because it matters a lot. What I consider as important to me, do you consider it as important? What I consider as my priority? Do you consider it as your priority? When I speak, how do you respond? How do you react? There are many things we look out for in courtship. So when two people are not even striving to want to understand themselves, then it's already a sign that that courtship is not we are not sure that either they are not cutting the right way, or maybe they are not really intentional about getting married. Another sign is divine direction. Of course, before you even court, um before you start the courtship, me as a person, let me say, I believe in divine direction so much. I believe in your faith, your religion as a person, what you believe in and everything. So normally before then you would have gotten divine direction as to, if this person is even the will of God for you. But beyond divine direction, there's also wisdom, because the same God that brought you together, that's not that's not where he's supposed to stop. There are people that just secure the will of God for their marriage. Okay, this is the person that God is pointing me to, but that's where they stop. They don't secure the will of God concerning other things in the person's life. They don't, they don't pray to find or to get wisdom from God as to how best to maybe sort out some certain challenges in courtship. You notice this person have weaknesses in all these areas, but this person is the will of God for you. Now, how do you help the person overcome the weakness? Is wisdom. God is there to give you the wisdom on how to best go about it. So courtship is a time to seek the will of God concerning many, many things, many areas, many things. I think that's just the word that's concerning the other person. So two people that are courting are supposed to be intentional about their faith, about praying. There are many things as somebody who is courting, you do with God personally, and there are things you also do together with the person. You must have times when the both of you come together to pray towards the kind of marriage you want, create the kind of future you want with God. So you see two couples and they don't even have time that they schedule. Like, I mean, two people that want to get married, they don't have time they schedule to pray together or to even share the word of God together. Because the word of God is supposed to be like the foundation for your relationship and your family. So this person is not trying to edify the other person with the word. The other person is not trying to edify him with the word. You don't share scriptures. You don't have times you pray together. Then it's already a faulty foundation for the courtship, because the courtship is supposed to be a foundation for the marriage. And there are many things you have to settle in courtship so that in marriage things become easier. The ride becomes much more smooth. So that what's the word? It just becomes much more clear. So people in courtship and they are not even trying to develop their relationship with God is already a sign that they are just dating for fun. They are not really serious about, although probably everybody has their level of belief in God, you understand. But somebody that really understands that marriage, there will be a lot of challenges, a lot of crises. And one thing about marriage is that you can't predict who this person will be tomorrow. You can't. If someone was saying something, they said, I was listening to a man. The man said, life is full of troubles, and you don't get to choose your own trouble. What if something comes up tomorrow all of a sudden you're not prepared for? Then what do you do? You always need wisdom. You always need to draw from God so that God can tell you how best to sort out challenges and things that come up in marriage. So two people that are courting, they're about to settle down in marriage, and they are not serious about their spiritual life, then you just know that in that marriage there will be a lot of calamities. Because if you are not submitted to God, then it means you are submitted to something else. So it already shows that the courtship is already on a faulty foundation. and probably you're not even so serious about settling in marriage. And that thing again is the place of mentors, counselors. You must have somebody you are submitted to, somebody that you tell things that go on, someone that you are even accountable to. You can tell the person what's going on in the relationship. If the other person is misbehaving, you can report the person to that head. You understand? You must have spiritual people, or let me know. Okay, that is what. Yes, both spiritual people and people that you know that they are mature enough to counsel you, and you can always seek advice from. Because one thing about relationship is that I don't think, except maybe people that have been married before, but so many people just find themselves and they want to marry. It's not as if they've done it before. So something you've not done before, there will be a lot of junctions when you don't know what to do. You don't know how to best go about it. So imagine you don't have anybody that you can draw wisdom from. I mean, people that have maybe done it before you and have gone ahead of you. You don't have anybody to ask questions. You don't have anybody to seek counsel from. It's already a sign also that maybe probably you're not taking it as seriously as you should. Because when you have somebody that you can always go and meet for advice, somebody maybe that has gone ahead of you in marriage, and maybe even has an enviable marriage that you want your own marriage to be like, someone that is doing well in their marriage.
Okay,
You meet them,
sir.
you ask them for advice. Yes, ma'am.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello,
Hello, sir.
ma'am.
Can you just round up? Okay.
Okay, so all right, let me just round up. So, you know, there's a place of your relationship with God. There's a place of you know counseling. There's also a place of the both parties planning. When are we going to settle down? You know, how do we want our marriage to be? Agree on a lot of things. When you see two couples that are not even making plans about how they want their marriage to be, they're not planning, they're not agreeing on things, they're not deciding how they want things to be. There's no communication that brings those kinds of things. Then we can't really fully say that your courtship, you are really ready to settle down in marriage. Then there are many other factors, but since you said we are rounding up, I think these are some of the major aspects that I believe that can be able to even sort out some other aspects that might even be lesser. So thank you, man.
Okay. So you really, really said a lot, both about God, about building future together, about their purpose in life. But checking in our generation now, a lot of people are really, really making a lot of mistakes, especially young persons are between the ages of 19 and 20. Now they are. I don't know whether would I call this pressure? Can you guys hear me, sir?
I can hear you very well, man.
Okay. Okay. Would I call it pressure from their fellow peers or something, or pressure from the society? Now, most young persons of 19 and 20 years, they're already rushing into this relationship stuff without even considering the fact of which one they want, whether they are there for marriage or they are there just for fun or to catch cruise. Now, most of them are confused there, and like you said, for you to know that you are really, really ready for marriage, um, it has to be intentional first of all, and you have to always involve God in it. Now, most persons at this young age, they're moving into it without even they don't have any direction of their life or even any direction or whatever thing that they want. They're just there doing it because of what they find or what they see their fellow are doing. Now, what do you guys say about people like this? Because if you check our world now, like everyone, just every young person, every young teenager, they are already rushing into this relationship stuff, and they don't even have clear purpose or clear vision of why they are moving into it. What will you guys have to say about it? Like you said, for you to know
Okay, sorry, who would you advise like speaks first?
anyone can go first. You have to always involve God in it.
Okay.
Now, most persons at this young
Sorry, sir. My co.
okay, Mr.
Um,
Manuel, can you go first?
All right. Thank you so much, ma. Okay, so you are asking a question on the fact that many young people at the ages of 19 and 20, 21 are rushing into relationships and all. Okay, so this what I have to say. I remembered Mr. Chris making mention of some people going into relationship because maybe they need someone to talk to. Okay, so what I'll just say is this: young people that are under pressure to rush into relationship, be peer pressure or what kind of pressure. The reason why some of them rush into relationships is because they don't know what they are looking for. Okay, they don't know what they are looking for. Some persons might think that they are going to relationship because they are ready, but along the way, you will find out that they actually went in there because they needed a companion, someone to talk to. And you don't just go into relationship because you need a companion, because that relationship, when you're no longer finding that companion in that person, that relationship will crash because it's a faulty foundation. You can have you can have like normal friends that are your companions that you're not dating. And the best companion to even have is the Holy Ghost. If you need someone to talk to, you can still communicate with him. You also have your family to talk to. You have your siblings, your parents to talk to. So some persons going into relationship, the reason why um the relationship is going to have issues is because they've not defined what they want. In we live in a generation where trend and all is affecting people. Maybe someone watches a video where a lady, let's say maybe on Valentine's Day, people are posting picture of themselves and their boyfriends and all. Then the person is under pressure, or the person is not feeling kind. I would have been the one that is in this stuff. Sorry, my microphone was muted. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear
Hello,
you.
Ma, can you hear me?
I can hear you,
Hello.
sir. Hello, sir. I
All
can hear
right,
you.
my microphone was muted at some point. All right, thank you. So what I'm saying is this: the reason why it's like that is because people don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. Okay, let me just give a short story. So 2020, that was the first time I decided to try out a relationship. Okay, so I started talking to someone and all. And the reason for going to the relationship was that I said, let me just try this thing out because it looks as if everybody is doing it. Not be as if there's something I'm missing out also. So I went into it
Wow.
and it was fun at some point. But um, okay, this was a period when I traveled home from school. So it was fun. But when I traveled back to school, I realized that the relationship just stopped. Like I personally I could not
What I'm
continue
saying is
because
this,
I
like
was the passion for it just
the
died off.
reason why
It
it's
just
like
it
that
just
is
went off
because
like that. And the lady in question was now asking me, "Ah, what's wrong, what's happening,
okay,
this and that."
let me just
But
give a short story.
it
So 2020,
it
that was the first time
it
I
was not
decided to try out
working.
a relationship.
It was not working because
Okay,
I was not
so
really
I
prepared for a relationship. I
someone
was just going
all
in there to go and test and
and
see
the
what
reason for
people are
going to the
talking about in a
relationship was that I
relationship
said, let
stuff
me
and
just
all.
try this thing out. Looks
So
as if everybody not
it
be as if
resulted in, should I
there's something I'm
say,
missing out.
hurting another person
Wow. It
and
was fun at
making
some point,
everything
but
to look somehow.
um,
So I'll
okay,
say
this was a
those
period when
people
I traveled
they don't
from
really know what
school,
they want yet.
so it
So
was
instead
fun.
of
But
them
when
being under
I
pressure,
traveled
they should
back
calm
from
down. They should calm
school,
down
I realized
and
that the
build
relationship
themselves.
just stopped. Like
And just
I
like
like no
just like
continue because
Mr.
I was
Chris
the
said,
passion for
the
it just
place of
died
mentor,
off.
someone you can talk to, you
It just
start feeling a
went off
particular
like
way
that.
as
And
maybe a teenager
the
because
same person was
puberty sets
now
in.
asking now what's wrong, what's happening,
Sorry,
this
can
and
you
that.
hear me? I
But
think I'm getting echo.
it yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Hello. I'm
Not
going to.
working because
All right,
I
all
was
right.
not really
Okay.
hello,
You
sir. I
know, when
can hear
someone
you.
becomes a, all right, all right. So once someone becomes a teenager, hormones and all kick in. At times there's a way you feel. You think maybe you need someone in your life for relationship stuff and all. So I think what Mr. Chris said is very important. It's very important to have a mentor, someone you talk to when some of these things come up, someone that will advise you
Yeah,
well. Because there are some things that
yeah,
when they happen, what you just need to do at that point might be to just go and like focus that energy on something more productive than that relationship, because at
yeah.
that point you are not yet mentally strong. to handle a relationship. So the position of a mentor, or
I can hear you, sir.
the having a mentor in your having a mentor
Hello,
in
sir.
your
I
life
can hear
will
you.
be very helpful. All right. All right, ma. So that's just what I'll say. Thank you, ma.
Oh, so you talked about your relationship in 2021. Can you hear me, sir?
No, I said 2020. Yes,
Okay,
2020.
2020. Okay, okay, okay. So,
Yes, ma.
did you then by then do you have like? Because I think by then you were probably very young, right? You were probably young,
Eh,
maybe. But did you speak to maybe your mentor about it, and how were you able to come out of it, and you survived the relationship and you came out of it? I can hear you, sir.
okay. So the relationship, there was nothing to survive about. Okay, sorry. There was nothing to survive. Okay, okay. So this is what I said. Okay, let me just repeat what I said.
About
I said
your
I
relationship.
went into the relationship just to test how
Can you hear
relationships
me?
are. I Yes, I
Okay,
can hear
okay,
you.
okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I
So
can hear you.
when I left the place, when I
Then
got
do
back
you
to
have
school,
yeah.
the emotions, the passion, they started dying down, and with time everything just went down the drain, and even the young lady in person moved on.
But
Although
did you
once in a
speak to
while,
your mentor and how were you able
sorry.
to come out of it and you I can hear survived you. The relationship and you came out of it? Hello, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Okay, okay. In terms of speaking to
Hello, sir.
someone, there was nothing to survive about. There was nothing to survive. Okay, okay. So this is what I
Hello,
said.
can you
Okay,
hear
let me
me?
just
Hello,
repeat
sir.
what I said. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, okay. Okay.
So, during the period of relationship, the truth is that I didn't disclose this to anyone because I didn't see it as something really serious. Like, then I didn't know much about relationship. Like, okay, you need to talk to somebody about it. You need to do this and do that. I just thought like, it's just something you need to have. Maybe a lady in your life that you are always calling on
I can
phone.
hear
You
you.
people are discussing things and all.
Mm.
I didn't know much about relationship, and also
Oh,
for me that was just it. We talk, we see each other, we greet, and we discuss things, we laugh. Just That's just it. I didn't know much about it, so there was nothing like
hello, sir.
meeting a mentor, talking to someone about it. Everything just
Okay.
went
Yeah.
that way.
Okay. Wow. Ever since then, have you maybe you've been in several relationships till now, or just that first experience that you had and you removed it from your bucket list?
All right. So I ventured into another one. That should
Wow.
be all right. That should be early 2025. That's early last year. It sounds funny, sha, but I ventured into one, and still there was that level of unpreparedness. There was that level of
Mm.
unpreparedness. You know, when you go into something unprepared, you go into something
Ever
without
since then,
a
have you maybe
okay.
you've been in several relationships till now? I can hear you, sir. Just that first experience that you had and
Okay,
you
it's just the first one and the one of last year.
okay.
So I ventured into another one. So that was just it. I went into one last year, but I was not really prepared. Just like I said, at times what you might need might not be a male and female relationship. You just need to focus on building something. But because of your environment matters a lot. The environment you are in can influence the kind of decisions you make. You might be in an environment where everybody's dating, or you see maybe people that are your age mate talking about marriage. You might not be prepared, might not be ready, but pressure, just like you said, the pressure around and all those things can
Yeah.
move you to go into a relationship. And then one more thing I would like to say, you might see somebody that you flow with, maybe someone that shares similar thoughts, similar ideas with you, and all those stuff. And you'll be moved to go into a relationship, or you think that okay, this point I'm supposed to date this person or so, but that might not be what you need to do at that point. There was something I learned. There are certain persons that will come into your life that God brought them there to help build you. There are people that are your helpers. There are
Yes.
people that you are supposed to train. So for the fact that
Yeah.
somebody you connect with somebody to some extent doesn't mean that you really need to date the person, because you might end up destroying God's plan for that time. Because once emotion gets in, the assignment of the person in your life will no longer be fulfilled. It will be cut short, because
Yeah.
imagine when you now realize that this I'm not supposed to date this person. At that point, the person is now having feelings for you as well. You now end up breaking the person's heart, and the person's work in your life will be terminated, because that person might forever hate you, or the person will just live your life with in anger, not fulfilling what they came to do. So I
Yeah.
think the
Exactly.
environment matters, and also um, what you want. You understanding yourself at every given time is also important. Thank you, ma.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. I think that is where most of our young people struggle. They don't really understand, just like the pressure, they don't understand what they want. They don't define what they want for themselves. So because they find out that their friends are trying it out, then they just feel like, why shouldn't I try it? Other persons are already in relationship, so I think I need to try it out. I need to find a man for myself. For young girls, they want to find man for themselves. For young guys, they want to find woman for themselves. So if they have a clear vision of what they want for their life, nobody, even if the pressure is around you, will not be forced to move into something that you know that will not be helpful to you at that moment. And like you said, most of us don't really understand the role of different persons that God brings our way. I just love that point that you made there, because some persons God might bring them into your life. They are there as destiny helpers to help you with one thing or the other that you lack in your life. And when you allow feelings to come in, and it's just scattered everything that is the plan of God over your life. The person might end up not completing his assignments in your life, and that's just the end of it. So I think young people, and not just young people as well, some immature people need to put that into consideration, to know that not anybody that comes your way is someone that you have to enter into relationship, especially romantic relationship with. And thank you very much for that point, sir. Mr. Chris, do you have anything to say pertaining to this? I just love that point that you made there,
Okay,
because
well,
some
yes,
persons
ma.
God might bring them
Okay,
into your
well,
life. They are
what
there as
I
destiny helpers to
can
help you with
say,
one thing or the other
first of all,
that
I
you
really
lack in
learned a
your
lot
life.
from what
When you allow feelings to
Mr.
come in,
Emmanuel
and
spoke about, and actually,
it's just
he
scattered
said a lot of
everything
things
that
that
is the
were
plan of
actually
God over
on
your life.
point.
The person might end up
Well,
not
let me just add
completing his
something,
assignments in your
like
life,
one or two
and
things.
that's just the end of it.
You know,
So I think
as young
young
people,
people, and not just young
um,
people as
can
well,
easily,
some immature people
motivated
need
people.
to
Normally, first of
put that
all,
into
we young
consideration,
people,
to
we
know
are
that
usually, you
anybody
know,
that comes your way is
social,
someone that
socially
you have to
inclined. And even if
enter
you
into
say you're an
relationship with,
introvert,
especially
that little
romantic
space that
relationship
you
as
are,
well.
even if it's your
Thank you
church,
very much for
even
that
if it's
point, sir.
um,
Mr. Chris,
in the
do you have
market,
anything to say
anywhere you
pertaining to
have the chance to meet people, you can, you can meet somebody and, you
they are
begin
there
to
as
talk and you will not even know when feelings will start growing and everything. So it's a normal thing for,
feelings to come
feelings to come in between you and,
in, and
people,
scattered everything
maybe
that is the
somebody
plan
of
of
the
God over
opposite
your life. The
gender,
person
maybe
might
attraction
end
and
up
everything.
not
It's actually normal. But
assignments in your life,
I
and
think I love one thing that he said, which was the
I think
place of mentors
young
and
people, and
counselors.
not just young
I
people as
have
well,
my
some
own what's the word? My
people
own
put that
experience,
into
and the
consideration,
person that
and
helped me with mine was
that
actually
comes
my mentor. That's my father, my spiritual father. It happened to me, but at some
Mr.
point,
Do you have anything to
when
say?
I listened, he spoke about it, and I don't know how it happened. That's why sometimes it's good for you to be under somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know how he just did it, but he spoke that day and just talked about it. And when he finished speaking about it, I just knew that he did not even counsel me directly. But you see, the way he said it was indirect, but I knew that this has to be.
Assignments in your life,
I think I love one thing that so after
I
he spoke
young
and I
people, and
got more understanding, and
as well,
immediately There was a connection between me and this person, but I knew that this thing is not leading to anywhere. I was the one that used my hands to end it and just say, this is not heading anywhere. So, but another thing again is that before somebody even goes into a relationship, that's why I love this topic. You must understand the reason why you're going into that relationship, which is
Yeah.
um, one of the major things too,
Yeah.
which is something you spoke about. Gen Z can see the sweet part of relationships, see the affections, see all those things, and we love to. Everybody loves love. Everybody loves all this kind of experience and everything. But
Yes.
when you're talking about a relationship, first of all, are you ready to settle down and get married to this person? First question. Second question, are you willing to do it at least a time range that is not too far? Are you mature enough for are you mature enough to settle down and get married? I think I was listening to somebody said that your marriage starts in courtship. So when you want to
Mm.
enter courtship, are you even
Yeah.
ready? Are you ready to
Yeah.
actually settle? So there are certain questions you ask yourself before you now venture. It's not just about having the money to maybe take
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
person out for you guys to be spending time and going to different places. Are you mature spiritually? Are you mature financially? Are you mature emotionally? Are you mature mentally? Are you mature in all these aspects for you to actually be somebody's husband and then be a father? Because when you venture into a relationship, no marriage is closed, and when you venture into marriage, know that childbearing is closed too. So
Yeah.
are
Yes,
you
sir.
ready? So what if something comes up and you guys give birth to a child very soon? Are you ready? Do you have the maturity to begin to take care of a child? So when you consider some of those things and you think about it plus the help of a mentor, it will now help you to now make your decision very well. So I think one thing I
Yeah.
can say about it is that yes, I know love is a beautiful thing. Everybody loves love. Everybody loves to be loved. But please just consider other things. And, taking a response to the trends going into relationships and everything, and consider the
Yeah.
complications. You want to have fun. What if the fun leads to the wrong place? Many things can come up. So please.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
another thing again is another. I'm sorry. Let me just quickly add this. If you know you will not get married to somebody,
Continue, sir.
leave the person alone. Guys, you are wasting somebody else's wife time, and you're wasting
I'm
somebody
telling you,
else's wife
sir.
time. That person is
And you're wasting
somebody's
your own
wife.
time too.
That is somebody's wife to be. Leave the person alone. Somebody's husband to be. You don't have business with somebody's husband, somebody's wife that you're not going to settle down with. If you've not settled down with the person, please leave the person alone. And you are wasting because you have emotional commitments to make, financial commitments to make. Will you do all those things and then it's a waste of your time, of your emotion? You've given a portion of your heart to somebody you are not even willing to settle down with. Please, please. I know the emotion might be everywhere, but maybe you can ask questions. You understand? And
Like,
please, let's also define it. If you are entering into a relationship, are you really ready for marriage? If you are ready for marriage, are you ready to start catering for
continue,
children
sir.
and to take up the responsibility of being
And you're
a
wasting your own
father and
time
a
too.
husband for the rest of your life? Oh, tomorrow you will not say it's too much. I want to stop. Are you saying it now? So I think these are just some
Yes,
things
sir.
that
Are you done, sir?
yes, I am done.
Are you done? Okay, okay. Thank you very much for that part. I just want us to speak on something. Mr. Emmanuel. Mr. Emmanuel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Okay.
ma.
Okay. Your sister just got married newly, right?
Yes, ma.
Congratulations to her.
Thank
I
you, ma.
know the whole thing would I say it was stressful for both families, and
Yeah.
you experienced some things during, it was traditional marriage, right?
Yes, ma.
Can you hear
It
me,
was
sir?
traditional marriage.
Okay. And there are
Yes,
things
I
you
can hear you. It was.
experienced. There are things that you experienced during the course of your sister's marriage. Um, that during yours, there are some things that maybe you saw there that you want to cut off, and there are some things that you saw there that you want to pick out to add to yours. Congratulations to her. But with respect to the marriage, I just want to like, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, ma.
Can you hear me, sir? Okay, okay.
Yes, I
With
can.
respect
Yes,
to
I
that,
can.
I just want us to speak on something. Now, if you look at our generation or this Gen Z, children of nowadays, now most of them around that 19, 20 years old, they are already eager like to get married, and they spend so much in holding the traditional white wedding, but they don't really have enough cash to sustain themselves when once you start a family. Because for you to go ahead and do a marriage ceremony and invite people to come for it, that means you are prepared for whatever thing that comes after it. Now most of them are not really prepared in that aspect. They are not matured in that aspect, but they have the money to do the traditional marriage and all of those stuff. Now they are starting small. Yes, they started small. They want to start small to build together. Like you said, anything about marriage, you have to like, is something that you guys will agree to build together, right? Now they are trying to start small to build together to when they now become big. Now at this point, what do you think? Is it fair for them to bring in children since they know that they are not even stable yet? So do you guys understand what the point I'm trying to make?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma.
See, they use the little amount of money they have just to hold the marriage ceremony and do the marriage rites and all of those things, but they want to start building together small. What is like is what is your advice for them? Do you think that it is fair for them to bring in children into this world when they know that they are not yet stable as newly married couples?
All right. Am I to go first?
You can go first, sir.
All right. So this is what I have to say. Thank you for the opportunity, ma. Um, just like Mr. Chris said, he made mention of plans if someone is going into a relationship, whether they are like they should also have plans for children and all. Okay, because at some point children will start coming. So I know that we are in a country where the economy is very wonderful and the price of things as they are now, they are not the same thing as they were 5 years ago or even 3 years ago.
Yeah.
The price of
Yes.
things have skyrocketed in a wonderful way. So I believe there should be a place for planning. Some persons might look at it and laugh and be like, ah, that thing is not necessary. Now let's just see how it goes. No, God doesn't want us to live a life that is haphazard, a life where there's no plan. There should be a plan before the marriage and even in the marriage, as things continue making progress, as things continue like moving, you have to adjust some things. You understand? So
Yes, sir.
there should be a plan. Do you plan on giving birth to three children? Do you have a time frame for giving birth to children? That's one. Another thing again is this um looking looking at the economy of the nation, some persons might be discouraged to give birth, but one of the aims or one of the reasons for getting married is to give birth, because even God said this in the book of Genesis. He said, "Be fruitful and multiply." So be
Yeah.
fruitful, multiply. Those have to do with not just okay. No, it doesn't just have to do with giving birth, but giving birth is part of it. It's like the core part of it. We need to reproduce. We need to populate the earth and all that. We need to give birth to godly seed. So you should not let the economy of the nation affect your plan. As long as there's a plan you have, work towards achieving it. If it means you increasing your input into work and increasing the output of money that comes out from it is better than saying, okay, let's wait for the next 10 years. You don't know how things will get to in the next 10 years. I know we are praying for things to get better, but you don't know how it will be. Some persons that were saying, oh, I want to build a house for the past 10 years and they've not built it. And now it's not that they
Yeah.
want to build it. Many of them are now regretting. They'll be like, if I know I'd have built it then, that the price of things were not expensive like that. They might not
Mhm.
have had enough money then, but at least if they had started something, once you start something, you're able to see it through. That's just the truth.
Yes,
But
sir.
when you are in that phase of maybe, maybe not, you realize that time will pass and things are only getting do I say worst, things are only getting difficult for you. So the economy should not really stop you from going on with your plan. Remember, I said plan. There should be a plan. It should not just happen like that. If this is your plan, increase your input to work and also the output for money to take care of that children. You see some people diversify and having multiple streams of income. And then children are also a blessing from God. Children are not curses, they are blessings from God. So you also pray to God, because any relationship that is devoid of the presence of God is going to crash. Just like Mr. Chris also made reference when he was speaking, I think the first time. You need God in every relationship. As long as God is with you, he will give you ideas, he will open doors for you, he will help you, it will help you secure resources that you need to take care of these children. Okay. And the last thing I will say is this: um both the man and the woman, just like the Mr. Chris, the other speaker, also said, both the man and the woman, they need to be prepared for what they are going into. Okay, they need to be prepared for what they are going into. You know the kind of economy you are in and all, and you know what you want to achieve. So both of you also have to put in your efforts. One person should not be working and the other one will be relaxing. Now, I don't just mean physical work, I mean coming up with ideas, creating plans that can work. You understand? It should be something that two of you are working together to achieve. It should be what's on your mind at every time. It should be a shared vision, a vision that both of you want to accomplish. And until you have accomplished it, you have to continue putting in your efforts. Thank you, ma. I hope I've answered the question. Just like
Yeah,
the
thank you so
Mr.
much,
Chris, the other
sir.
speaker, also said,
I think
both the man and the woman, they need to
based
be
on
prepared
everything
for
that
what
you
they are going
said,
into.
these are
Okay,
for
they
people
need to be
that
prepared for what they are going
they
into.
really
You
have
know the kind
plans
of
before they
economy you are
move
in
into
and
marriage,
all,
right?
and you know what you want to achieve. So both of you
Can
also
you
have
hear
to
me,
put
sir?
in your efforts.
They already have plans before
Yes,
they
ma, I
move into
can.
marriage.
Be relaxing.
Okay.
Now, I
They
don't
already
just
have
mean
plans and they
physical work,
prepared
I mean coming up with
before moving
ideas,
into marriage.
creating plans that can work.
But there are still
You
some
understand?
persons that
It
never
should be
had the
something
plans.
that
Maybe
two of you are
they
working
moved
together
into
to
the
achieve.
marriage because
It should be
they
what's on
got
your mind at every time. It
pregnant
should be a shared
through
vision, a vision that
premarital
both of you want
sex.
to accomplish. And
So
until
they
you
just
have
felt like
accomplished it,
since the thing
you
has already
you have
happened,
to
like the baby is
continue
already there,
putting in your
so
efforts. Thank you, ma.
we just have to go ahead with
I
the
hope I've
marriage.
answered the
Like
question.
for me, I'm not saying it's not really fair for the children that they'll be bringing into the world because the children are coming there to come and start suffering with them. Do you get, sir? Sir,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yes, ma.
Very well.
The
Yes,
children
ma'am.
are
Yes, I
because
can
they
hear
did
you,
not
ma.
prepare themselves. Now them bringing in these children into the world, these children are coming there to come and suffer. They will just like suffer. They will not grow up like the way normal children that really like, because most of these are parents, they might be broken, they might not be really trained, they are not yet mature to be able to handle responsibility that comes with taking care of children. But because something has already happened, so they brought them into this world. Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yes, I can
ma'am.
hear you, ma.
Yes, okay. Okay, so Mr. Chris, I just wanted to address on this issue. Now, these young people who bring children into the world without
Yes,
having
ma.
any purpose, having any preparation,
Yes, I can hear
that
you.
they don't have any plans for them because of the mistake that they made. They term it as a mistake. Because of the mistake that they make, they just feel like we need to go ahead with it, and they are not yet stable with taking care of these young people that they are bringing into the world. What will you have to say about people like that?
Okay. Well, first of all, the mistake has been made already. I think there is. I know of a practical case where something like that happened,
Yes, I
but
can hear you.
the way they were able to go about it was their parents supported them. That's why there's always a place of, yes, you're getting married, but your parents are also involved. Your parents are also with you. In fact, in this present economy, I know of many people that got married and their parents really helped them a lot. They helped, in making that's the man stable financially, stabilizing him, making sure things went well, or things are actually going well with him financially to a point, because they know that he wants to begin to take care of a he wants to begin to handle a family. In fact, I've even heard of cases where the man, got married to the woman, paid the bride price, brought a lot of things and gave the family so much money. And the family that the man paid the bride price to, they returned almost all the bride price back to the man without the woman knowing and told the man, please take care of our daughter. You understand that kind of thing? So that's the level of maturity on the parents' end. So there's also a place of parental help just to stabilize this new home now. And the mistake has happened, the mistake has happened, and they must, you are the one that ventured into it. You guys are, and what's the word now? The man has, gotten the lady pregnant. It has happened, it has happened. That baby, you have to take care of that baby. You have to be responsible for that child. You have to be responsible for that woman. No matter whether you are young and you are old, the moment you bring a child into this world as a responsible person, take responsibility for the mistake, whether it's a mistake or it's not a mistake, take responsibility for your actions and begin to work. That's now why I believe that's one of the importance of having this kind of shows. That's why we said, and before venturing into the relationship, are you ready if a child even comes unexpectedly? I mean, like, when you guys are, working towards marriage and everything, if you're not ready to take care of children, then just pause on the whole relationship thing. I mean, I'm not saying you can't be in a relationship, but I mean, you know, um, you guys should know how the relationship is going so that it will not get to points where you have to begin to put yourself in places where you can give birth, or you get all of those kind of things. So there's a place for parents helping out to just see what they can do so that this couple that now have a child, even if it's out of wedlock painfully, they can still stabilize and they can still get themselves. But whether or not they do that, once the child has already come into this world, it's painful. But now everybody now has to begin to take responsibility for the child and fend for the child. Nobody should run away from their responsibility. Even if you are 17 years old as a boy and you got a lady pregnant, take responsibility for that baby and begin to take care of the child. Hello?
Sorry, sir. I'm here with you, sir. I'm here.
See what they can do so that this
Thank
couple
you so
that
much, sir. Like,
now
I
have a
really
child, even
appreciate
if it's out
having you
of
people
wedlock,
around.
can still
Just because of
take
our
care of the
time,
child.
I want us to just look at one more thing, then we
Whether or
end.
not they
It's
do
just
that,
um
once
a question that needs
the child
one
is already
sentence
has already
answer.
come into this world.
So,
Okay. Now everybody now has to
marriage
begin to
at
take
20
responsibility
years
for the
old,
child
marriage at 20,
and also
is it a yes or no for you?
take their responsibility. Even if you are 17 years old as a boy,
Marriage at the age of 20, is it a yes or no for you?
take responsibility for that baby and begin to take care of the child. Okay, I'll say it's a no for me.
It just requires, okay, a no for you. Sorry, sir. I'm here with you,
Yes.
sir. Okay. What of you, sir? Thank you so much, sir. Like, I really appreciate
All right.
having you people around.
Before I'll answer that
Just
question, I
because
would
of
like
our
to know
time,
which of the
I want us to
sex, is it
just
the male or the
look at
female?
them we end. Both for the male and the female. A question that needs one sentence answer. So,
I don't know that I can give
marriage
one
at
sentence answer,
20
but
years old. Marriage at
okay,
20.
I
You have
would.
something to say? Or no for you?
Okay, yes, I have something to say. I will say it depends. For the male, I will say no, but for the female, I will say it depends. Okay. Um, when it comes to science, although I've not really proven this, but I heard that the female brain develops faster or at an earlier age than the male. So even biologically, a male doesn't need to get married at the age of 20 because at that point he still has some atom of childishness in him and he might not be able to make clear decisions. But a female at that age has actually grown to some extent, like to think, like their brain have developed very well. They can handle complex things. You realize that most of our grandmothers, some of them got married at the age of 18. I'm not saying that that's very advisable, but I'm saying that at that age, a female can still get married based on that biological fact. Then a female that is exposed to trainings that has been mentored, that has been tutored, that there are ladies that at the age of 20, they when you listen to them and when you see them act, they actually act mature. They speak things that even you know that no, this person has fed herself with a lot of wisdom. Let me just put that this person has a lot of knowledge on certain subject matters. So I believe a lady at the age of 20 can get married, but a man needs to grow to some extent, not just based on the age, but also learning, experience, physical strength to be able to handle marriage, to be able to handle children and all. So, because marriage is not for boys, it's for men. And at 20, we have few men. We have mainly boys. So that's just what I have to say now.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Sir, you focus more on the ladies. You made emphasis on the ladies being matured, and
Yes.
yes, they can get marriage at age of 20. But will
Yes,
you
ma'am.
allow your own child to do so?
Oh my God. All right. So remember, I said there are some ladies that have been exposed to certain knowledge. They have been exposed to training and all. Okay, so let's just run a comparison between the African setting and the white setting. In the white nation, the way they were groomed, based on the movies we watch, I've not been there physically, so I don't know. But I believe we've seen it most of the time to conclude that this is how it is. Although I know that most of their marriages end in divorce and all, but with the way they were
Okay,
trained, they
thank
were
you very
meant
much,
to
sir.
become.
Sir, you
Can,
you you
can you hear
focus
me?
more on the ladies. Yeah, I can hear you. I just want
Okay.
to know for you,
Okay.
like, would you allow
Okay.
your
Okay.
own
Okay. Okay.
daughter?
Right.
Yes.
All right. All right. So okay. No, what I'm saying is, as at the age of 20, no, my daughter has not really. she has not really she has not really gone through a lot because I know person. Remember, I
Okay.
said based on exposure and training. Okay, she has not really gone through a lot, but I was just saying this thing with reference to our grandmothers, maybe our
Yeah.
mothers, okay, when they got married, and even at this point their marriages are still okay, you get. But if my daughter at that point she has grown to, like, not just physically, but I know that at the age of 20 she's already physically grown, but mentally grown, maybe I groomed her for it, of course she can get married at that point. Or should I be waiting for her to get to 40 before she
I
gets
can hear
married?
you. I just want to
So
know for you, like, would you allow?
Okay.
that's
I
just it.
love your perspective about it. No problem. Thank you very much, sir. We'll be rounding
Thank you,
off.
man.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel Vincent, for staying with us, for having this conversation, like the opportunity to have the conversation with you guys. To our listeners, thank you
Never
so much.
jumping now.
I would love, since I was not able to give Mr. Chris the opportunity to tell me the reasons why he feel like both the young for young guys and for young girls, none of them should get married at the age of 20. I just love one of us here at, I've seen a lot of comments here. Thank you, everyone. I just love someone to drop their own comments, just based on the answer Mr. Chris gave, the no answer. Just love to drop in a comments telling me the reasons why you feel like he gave a no answer to the question that was asked. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you people having this conversation with me. And I
Thank
want
you,
to
man.
really, really give a very big shout out to
Thank you, man.
everybody that came out in their numbers for tonight's live streaming. Like, people are really amazing. I can see the likes of Chukuma, Samuel Desmond, Evan Igueze, Celestine. Like, you people are really amazing. Thank you very much for joining us. And I have something for most of us here. Some persons dropped a question, but we'll be doing this again, the same topic, but with another guest. Is a relationship coach, so he'll be answering your questions. Some persons that dropped a question down here. So during our next show, our next episode, the guests will be giving answers to most of
Thank you,
these
man.
questions that you guys listed out here.
Thank you, ma.
Yeah, I'm seeing someone like Evan Igueze's question. By next week, Sunday, yes, same time, 9 p.m., a guest will be here with us and he'll be answering all the questions. But thank you so much for. I have something for our the very two first persons that joined us for the live streaming, Samuel Chukuma and Evan Igweze. I just have something to appreciate you guys for joining very early for the show tonight. So I'll just chat you guys up and yes, let you know you guys know about what the surprise package will be. But this is also an encouragement to every other person. So I'll be meeting you guys here again by next week Sunday, and it's the same time by 9 p.m. next week Sunday, but with another person, another guest. But we still focus mostly on this particular topic. We are dwelling on this topic of relationship, of marriage, young people getting married, building future together for themselves. So thank you all very much. Thank you very much, Sas, for joining me. I really, really appreciate. And I wish to have this conversation with you guys some other time.
Thank you so much, ma, for the
All right, thank you,
opportunity.
man.
Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
All right.
See
Thank
you
you, ma.
too. Bye.
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 Bye, everyone.
By next week Sunday, and it's the same time by 9 p.m.